Ed. Good morning, everybody from Zoomland. I decided to be lazy and stay home today. Ed, thank you for sending me your evaluation form. I noticed you put on your objective was to create a concise but meaningful speech that has a clear starting point and a clear ending point. You wanted to work on pacing, eliminating those ums and ahs, and of course, creating that brevity. So looking over those objectives, I want to first of all commend your journey at Toastmasters. When you first started with Toastmasters, Ed, I'm not going to lie, I love you, but you were a little painful to listen to. The ums and the ahs were certainly distracting from the wisdom that you had to share with the group, and I don't think I picked up on any ums or ahs in that presentation. Now, maybe I was just so focused on your story. I'm not sure, but the growth that you have demonstrated over these last 6, 9 months to a year, phenomenal. So keep up that amazing work. I loved your hat. It really brought us into the story that you were trying to tell. I loved the use of pauses and pacing. When you got down to those 8 words, I wrote them down, and you had created a pause in between each word, right? Just the light has gone from my life. Boom. And you gave us a moment to take that in. A couple little interesting minor recommendations was I noticed that when you started your speech, you had your left hand in your pocket. Keeping your left hand kind of in your pocket made the right hand go a little bit over like this. So perhaps consider using both hands, right? God gave you 2 hands for a reason. Also, the use of pauses could have been a little bit more elevated by perhaps when you told us your wife died, giving us a moment to soak that in, right? You just ki killed a major character in your story, and a little bit more emotion, a little bit more pause could have given us an opportunity to go, wait, what did he say? Oh my gosh, his wife died? Wow, okay. Right, you were like, yeah, my wife died, and then I had a chocolate chip muffin for breakfast the next day. So, something to consider. I want to leave you with your cliffhanger. I love how you set up part two. That was great. The human brain doesn't like uncertainty. It doesn't really like not knowing something. So you set up a cliffhanger, like come back for part two, right? With being on the ranch, perhaps consider leaving us a cliffhanger, something that leaves us curious and to, find out about XYZ or how I did this or what happened after that. Just that, like, oh, okay, stay tuned for episode two. But overall, my man, fantastic job. The journey that you've taken here at Toastmasters is certainly paying off, and your coachability in receiving feedback has paid off in full. So keep growing, brother.